I know you're gonna dig this.
There we go! Hey guys, welcome back to Dre Racing. And this is, I guess, be part 4 for our roll bar, I guess it's called series. And today we're working on getting the door bars in, which is already seeming to be kind of complicated.
It's not easy, but yeah, so we got to get the door bar running past you between your shoulder and your elbow. And we got to make sure it clears the door.
Yeah, we're going to be sitting
Just
somewhere right
about there,
here,
boat out towards the door.
and obviously not going.
And we're going to probably
All the
come
way
down
down.
in this area over here because you got to be able to get in.
Yeah.
So
So we're going to be fighting a couple different angles and going to have to notch the top here. So we have to get the drill press back going again. And
yep, we'll see how the plate sits on the floor. We'll have a probably a compound angle there.
yeah, hopefully it's not as complicated of an angle as getting these cross pieces in, because we have to do that 2 more times, man.
Yeah, this won't be so bad. We just got to take our time. We'll get some string out. We'll make some measurements with string first and see where it takes us.
All right.
So Ricky's clearing out this piece of metal channel that protects the wires.
Yeah, because this plate, realizing with the angle we got to come in, and so it doesn't, disrupt my feet. This needs to be welded up as close to the door as possible, and also so the bar will sit more in the middle as opposed to like on the very edge of it. So do a little trimming and got a lot of nasty stuff.
Yeah,
in
we can
here.
clean up a lot easier with that out of the way.
Yeah.
We might tack it back in when we're done, but so he's not destroying it. So Ricky's figuring out the angle. We got a 6x6 in the press, and we're bending it.
Yeah, well, more of unbending it. We bent it for that center there, but we didn't end up using it. So
Yeah, knock a little bit of angle out. It seems to be the right direction.
yeah, and if we can use a plate that's already bent up and save a clean plate for something else later, might as well do that. Well, between the two of us, we almost have one fabricator.
Yeah, almost. Hey,
Yeah.
good job, Ricky. That looks really
So
good.
yeah, we put it in the press and initial, because we almost had like a 90-degree, pressed it out a little bit, and then we had to straighten out just a little bit. So we put it in the press the other way and squeezed it flat, and yeah,
Well, that's money.
Yeah, so really, as we're coming down, we're gonna have our have to cut our angles slightly.
Yeah, that's not a
Sideways,
problem
though.
though in bandsaw. That's not a problem. So let's measure before we cut this pipe off.
Yeah. So through our little math that we do and trying to find angles, we got what we believe to be about the right angle. We got set up in our notcher, which luckily enough is about as much as we could possibly do. And we got set a level up here, and the bottom here is right in line. So we're taking about as little off as possible. And also, importantly too, is we marked where the top is at the top of the bar, and also marked where the top is at the bottom on the floor, so we know we're not out of rotation.
All right, let's cut this thing. All right, what's going on now?
Well, I think cheaping out might have bit us a little bit. It seems as though this has
Something stripped
somehow
out.
stripped out.
Yeah.
Well, it's wanting to tighten up. Well, wait a minute.
Let's put it on the bench, take it apart, see what we get. So we've made 1.5 notches with our notcher. And have done.
Well, do you know what could have been part of the problem is when we were using the old or the other drill press,
Uh-huh.
all those times it like stopped and grabbed
Oh, maybe we...
because it was spinning way too fast.
Okay.
That could have.
Let's get it apart and see if it's the bit or if it's the tool itself. All right. It's maybe operator error. I don't know. But the threads look fine. But the threads end, and we seem to be screwed down past the end of the thread, so we'll shim it out. Try it again. Back to work.
Yeah.
It's probably operator error.
Most likely, but. Yeah.
I think a shim will help.
All right, take two. Can we ever work on anything without struggling?
Absolutely not.
We got like, I don't know, pretty close to the end, and it just wanted to jam up, grab this whole table, was wanting to swing out. So we end up prying out a couple of these chunks that were just kind of barely hanging in there.
Yeah, I think it was jamming it up.
So.
Well, let's grind up the end, clean it up, and check the fitment.
So technically it worked so far.
How's it fitting, Ricky?
Couldn't have done it better myself.
Well, you did do it yourself, and it does look good.
We have a little bit of gap down here.
And that goes away
when
you take the piece out there. So we cut the angle.
Right. So it's not bad at all.
Yeah, we got a compound angle because angle in two directions because it's not flat. See?
Right. It's going to be more of a this angle than this angle, but not by a lot.
Not by a lot. We'll sneak up on it. We'll get it. Not worried about that. Good job. Awesome. Okay, with a little bit of math, trigonometry, and dumb luck.
Backyard science.
Yeah. We found the angle where I want to cut, so I'm going to just kind of freehand it.
Like I said, it's kind of a compound angle, so...
Right, so it's 30 degrees rolled about 22 degrees from the top. So we used a piece of cardboard, mocked it up. I think it's going to work. So I think we'll just send it in.
Hope for the best. All right, that cut was pretty decently close, but we did have to spend a little more time with the grinder. The gap that we had up here to begin with is closed up.
Yeah, this top is nice.
And then we are pretty good all around. Slightest the gaps. But that if anything, it's a gap that you
you'd want
need more to fill in, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So I guess
that's the door bar. Do we want to clean this up and tack it in? And
yeah, I don't know if we want to do that or just get the whole other side and then get the welder set up and just do it all at once.
Okay, we'll get the new tips in a couple days, so maybe we just wait.
Yeah, but other than that, this is looking pretty good. Well, we got our other side bent. We used our homemade brake in the vise again. Nothing sketchy this time. Too bad. And it fits really good in here. And it's right on a cross piece underneath. So
yeah, a lot of strength underneath.
Very strong.
Right where we want it.
So yeah, we're back to square one with the other door bar. Find the length we want and pretty much the exact same thing as we did previous.
Good job. That's a nice cut, Ricky.
Yeah. Took it down a couple of degrees compared to where we were from what we learned on the driver's side. And we ended up moving this back because before we were pretty flush on the edge with the edge of the pipe. Moved it back a little bit further. And I think that helped coming down. It didn't bind up. And
yeah, this thing cut smooth and fast.
So very nice. The hole saw, man, that thing's holding up really good.
Yeah, that's what's amazing. This thing isn't dull.
And it's Harbor Freight came in, I guess you consider a cheap hole saw kit, and it's still sharp, still cutting through like it's nothing. And then our notcher here, we could tell this is probably the extent of what it could do. The whole frame is kind of wobbly.
Yeah, the frame's flexing just a little bit.
And and with the wobble, it's making things loosen up because we had to retighten this piece in. Like I said, about the extent of it, but for this job, it saved yourself a lot of money probably by buying a twice as expensive
Yeah, we're
one.
putting in one roll bar. We're not
Yeah.
doing production with this.
Right, but for the smaller stuff we'll probably end up doing in the future, perfect.
Awesome. Let's fit it up.
Well, doing it more than one time made it so much easier. So like I said before, a little bit what made it easier is we went down a couple degrees from what we were on the other one. So it fit initially a lot better. And then pretty much used a template from the other one. And that got us pretty decently close. Pretty much the same method. You could probably talk a little more on that.
Yeah, we only had to go back and forth to the grinder about 3 times to do a final fit up, and boy, that's a nice fit.
Yeah.
So it's amazing what just doing it more than once will do for you. Yeah, that's a good fit. So next step is tack all this in. We gotta.
So yeah, we got a chamfer these 2 plates.
Yeah,
Or these
do the
2
final-
bars.
Yep.
These bars, and then grind the plates. Grind right around where the plates are going to sit. Tack the plates in, then get these pieces all tacked in. So really not too much more to do before a final weld.
Okay, so let's get after it.
All right. All right, here we go. I don't think it's going anywhere. Our next step now is mark out where these plates are, grind it, and then we're only going to be tacking in one of the door bars, so the guy that's doing welding can get in and out of the car a lot easier. So we'll probably just put the passenger side tacked in and leave this one out, and then whenever he comes to weld, he can do that himself. So.
Okay, Ricky, you're tacking in the door bar. So what are we working on?
So most importantly, we want to make sure when the door is shut, we're not running into the bar. So you see here we have a little gap. So I don't think we'll have an issue there. And we kind of had an idea where we wanted this, but still got to try to fit it to where it fits best up here and down there. So I think right here is about good. I'm going to try getting up top first.
Get it where you want it, and I'll open the door and hold it down there, and you just...
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's something working.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Might have to
My
put the
knees are
camera...
about to give out. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put the camera down so I can help you out.
So that was a little bit easier. Still not hitting. It's a little more closely fitting up here. And from where I was trying to get it was a little bit of a gap. So,
All right, with the door open, you can see what you're doing.
yeah, it was just so dark and
Yeah.
it wasn't working out great. So, I think this will be better. Hopefully.
Well, Ricky, that's starting to look like something.
Yeah. But I think that's about as far as we can actually go. So, we're going to wrap it up for this video. I think I said in the last one, hopefully this one would be the one where it's complete, but it doesn't appear that way. So pretty much all we got left is final weld on everything and painting.
Yep, we'll get it painted right after.
And then I think along with the paint, we're going to be spraying where we grinded everything, just to prevent rust there too.
Right. A little bit of primer or rust preventive stuff.
Right. As you can see, it's pretty, you know, just pretty much the surface is a pretty rust-free car, so I want to keep it that way.
Hey, you're coming along pretty good.
Yeah.
Learning a lot.
It is for sure. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.